Every once in a while, a super special car comes in, and it doesn't necessarily have to be super rare, but it has to tick all of the boxes. Let me tell you what boxes this car ticks. We just got this car in, and when it came in, we went through all the paperwork. And when we talk about boxes that cars have to tick, it's got to be something special. An L71 Corvette, a 67 Roadster, that's a special car. But what makes it even more special is, what has this car won? Well, this car's won NCRS Top Flight, Bloomington Gold, Gold Spinner Award, Triple Crown. It's done everything it can do, and it's won with almost perfect scores every single time. That's one aspect. That's one tick mark in the box. The second tick mark on a very special car is, how did that car start its life? Was it a car that was, beat up, raced, put away wet? Was it a car that had any accident, any rust? All of those things are really important. Well, the nice thing about this car is it started out as a virgin California car, a beautiful car that had never been touched, that was just an awesome car to restore. How do I know that? Because the fellow that restored that car, another check mark, Kevin McKay, Corvette repair. He's been in business as long as we have. We were talking the other day, we're both in business 40 years this year. He knows more about Corvettes. He's probably forgotten more about Corvettes than most people, including me, will ever know. So when I call Kevin up, say, Kevin, how good is this car? He's the guy that stripped it. He saw it naked. He knows all of its flaws. He says, Peter, this car is as good as it gets. Virgin body, virgin chassis. He says 100% born with motor, all of the components. He said there is no bad stories with this car. So it started out life great, and then as far as restorations go, well, all the awards speak for themselves. And when Kevin does a car, it's right. It's perfect. It's the way it left the factory. Maybe a little nicer as far as paint and all that stuff goes, but it's gonna win every award it can every single time. Then the other cool thing about this car is paperwork. That's another box that you wanna check. Did it originally come with the options? Did it originally come, in this color combination? So we know from the paperwork, it's a real L71, it's a real M21, it's got real bolt-ons on the car, it's a factory Goodwood Green car with a black interior, a factory painted hardtop. So it's really neat that we know how it came, we know exactly the way the car should be, and it's nice to see that today. The other thing that I like about the car, it's not red, it's not black, it's not blue. You could say those are the most desirable colors. But Goodwood Green is a color that's really coming into its own. It's nice and subtle. It's a super pretty car. With the black walls, it's just a tough looking car that just, is not ostentatious at all. Another check mark in one of the boxes. The next box is, who owns the car? Who's been looking after the car since the restoration? Well, I'll tell you what, this guy, and I'm gonna just put it out there, he's a freak. This car has had 56 miles put on it since the restoration. Those were just test miles on and off a show field. Literally, he has never really driven the car on a tour. When this car goes to an event, he loads it up out of his garage directly onto the trailer. He doesn't want to have it drive further than it needs to. Every single time this car moves a wheel, he picks the stones out of the tires. Talking to the guy for 10 minutes, this is his baby, or was his baby. It's a car that has been as well cared for as you could ever hope for. Because we've always said, the best a car will be is the day it leaves the restoration shop. You think about it, from there on, it's up to the owner to keep it up and make sure it keeps looking the way it should. Very hard to do that unless you're like this guy who just doesn't use it, doesn't drive it, other than for maintenance or for service or to take it to a show. And then the second it gets back in his garage, he cleans it from stem to stern and makes it perfect again. Then there's paperwork. That's another big box that you want to check off. On a car like this, you want an original tank sheet. You want as much original paperwork as you can get. This car has it. Original Protecto plate, original tank sheet, the original data tag that shows you the colors, the interior color, the original numbers, beautiful engine pad. All the stamps are textbook. This car is exactly what you want for documentation. There is no ifs, ands, or buts on what the car is. So let's have a look at the quality of the car. The paint is stunning. I mean, you're not going to be able to see it in the video, but it's flat, it's perfect. The stripe is on top the way it should be. You know, the striper along the edges. Again, Kevin knows exactly how to paint these cars. He's been doing it as long as anybody. All the trim has been done. All the stainless has been polished. It's been fit. Everything fits nicely. The hood, the lights, everything is exactly the way it should have been or slightly better. When you open the hood, the detail is unbelievable. Again, everything exactly the way it should. All of the wiring harness, the steering box, the alternator, you know, the radiator. This is a really cool car because it's a California car, so it's got the smog on it. It's just a really neat piece with all the correct items on it. Then you look at the interior. The interior is just beautifully done as well. The interior, again, just over the top. You know, the finish up the middle, all the gauges, all the dials, all the plating around the gauges, you know, the steering wheel. It just looks like a brand new car or even slightly better than a brand new car. The other thing is, like I said, is who restored the car, but how much money was spent. And I'll tell you, whether it's Kevin, whether it's us, whether it's Motion Products or Paul Russell or RM or any of the big shops that do quality work, doesn't matter if it's a Corvette, a Cobra, a Ferrari, you know, Duesenberg, it really doesn't matter. It's thousands of hours. And if you look at today's labor rate, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars to do one of these cars. So when you find one that is this good, you look at it and say, we couldn't do the restoration for the prices these cars are selling for. In today's world, it's truly a labor of love. When you start doing cars, you know, that aren't $300,000 to do this level of restoration, the guy has to be in love with the car because he's not getting his money back out of it. So when we're looking at cars to buy, and when we sell cars that are in that price range, in that 300 or less sort of price range, we look at it and say, if we buy a car for that money, the car was free. You're just paying for the restoration. And that's the case with this car. Literally, to duplicate this car, starting with a virgin correct car, would probably cost $300,000 or more. So when these cars come up, we jump at them. We want to make sure that people understand they're great buys at this level.
If you want to see more car content like this, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to visit our website to explore our curated inventory of luxury, classic, and investment grade cars.